Last time me and the boys decided to hop onto some Maschine on Cold War and try to see how high of a round we could get. To my surprise, less than 2 hours passed and we somehow got up to round 101. Well, you know, it's counted as around 100. And I think it's because of this brand new strategy that I think might change up the way co-op high rounds work and even potentially high rounding in zombies. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, as that always is helpful. You've all been actually destroying that subscribe button recently. We got over 200 subscribers in less than a week, so thank you all so much. And also be sure to drop a like on the video, as that does help out. And there's a link down in the description to our Discord server where we are so close to 500 members. Like, it's so close that you can't even it's so close. So go ahead, join it, it's free. But anyway, the strategy or the setup that I'm talking about today is actually one that I've gone over in two different videos: the PPSH and toxic growth. Now I will be mainly talking about a co-op situation in this, so either playing with another friend or 2 more friends or even 3 more friends, so there's 4 of you. And I'll be mainly going over Maschine, even though I'll slightly go past Firebase Z really quickly, as those are obviously the 2 maps that we have for high rounding and relatively easy locations to kind of use this method on. So the main thing you're going to have to concentrate on is having toxic growth fully upgraded. Now if you don't have it fully upgraded, maybe one of your friends will do, and by doing this strategy, by the end of it you will most likely have enough crystals to unlock it. But if you want to do this as fast as possible to get it maybe just fully upgraded yourself, the best thing I can tell you is hop into either Maschine or Firebase Z and go up to round at least 36 or 41. Even though they are really high rounds, it shouldn't be that difficult if you kind of train around in your comfortable areas. And then exfil, as that will be giving you the maximized amount of crystals as fast as possible, in my opinion anyway. So once you have toxic growth fully upgraded, also make sure you have ring of fire fully upgraded, and either 2 or 3 or 1 person has ring of fire. That depends on how many people you are playing with. So basically your full team has to fully upgrade a ring of fire, and either you or somebody else in your friends list or whoever you're playing with will have tier 5 upgraded toxic growth. Now what we decided to do was spawn in with our preferred weapons, and I decided to hop into the game with the PPSH, and to my surprise, the PPSH for this, especially on Maschine, is an absolute monster. It shredded through each zombie, especially when my friends activated Ring of Fire. I was able to demolish each one zombie as they came up towards me, since I was so close up to all of them, but we'll get into that later. So another thing is, you or either one of your friends could also have the DIE. Since in my game, one of my friends was standing up in this exact location where I'm showing you and kind of sucking up all of the zombies that were coming and climbing up from the wall at the penthouse. Now that's another thing I need to specify. Obviously on Maschine, this high round strategy and fastest spawn rates is up on top of the penthouse, aka on top of Knock Their Own Totem. Basically just this location where the Wonder Fizz is. This is where you're going to be staying most of your time and killing all the zombies. So the reason I also recommend the DIE and definitely don't have it upgraded, because especially when you have an insta kill, this thing will be eating all of those zombies with ease. And also you do have the shock blast that shoots out, which also can take out many zombies. Now from what I noticed, my friend didn't even move once in the strategy, maybe occasionally, but he just stayed there with the DIE, and that was his main job of just sucking up every single zombie and activating his Ring of Fire occasionally, so me and my other friend could also take advantage of it while he was sucking up those zombies. And also remember that this will be basically a point gatherer. You will be gathering so many points with the DIE, especially in the strategy, that you will be probably ending up with over 1 million points by the end of the game whenever you want to exfil past round 100, I'm guessing. Another preferred thing is that all of you will have the ray gun. Now this will probably be extremely time consuming. We got lucky and got it from the dance Easter egg, so one player already had it and we were able to fly through some of the rounds by staying up on Knock Their Own Totem to just, you know, gather some points. But thankfully, through just going up to the box and hitting it a billion times, we were able to basically get the ray gun pretty fast and early on, which does really help out. And obviously, as always with this strategy, the ray gun will be your main concentration for most of this, so that's the main weapon you will have out. And now since we have basically most of the setup, you will most likely have all of your perks, you will most likely have your ray gun upgraded, hopefully pack-a-punched, and you are on top of Knock Their Own Totem with at least 1 friend, or even all of you having the DIE. This is what you do. So basically what I found out with toxic growth, this thing is a beast for many reasons. It can get you out of many situations, it can slow down zombies, and on top of that damage them, and also damage many zombies around it, which is one of the upgrades that you get with tier 5. And on top of all of this, you have 3 upgrades. So since I was the person with the toxic growth, what I decided to do was mainly concentrate on the left side of the penthouse, where basically zombies come through the small spawn area, and since the toxic growth was there, I didn't always have to worry about the zombies getting through. Mainly I had to concentrate on it if it did kind of deactivate, since it does stick around for the full game. Well, depends on how many zombies get affected by it, and you do only have a limit of 3 being out at once, so also remember that. But on top of all of this, I also placed toxic growth through the path that the zombies will be coming through, as that slowed down not only the megatons but normal zombies getting to us faster, which allowed us to have much more time to basically be able to take them out. Since in the past, whenever we attempted to go for around 100, and we've done it a bunch of times together to see if we could do it, especially on Maschine, the main thing we probably discovered was that the zombies got to us way too fast sometimes, and that was the sole reason we ended up going down and losing our high round streak, which always sucked. But thankfully with toxic growth, this thing always slowed them down. Now the other thing is, your friends have to always be on top of using Ring of Fire, because this will be doubling your damage, and in this situation you will be able to use your PPSH. This is the location where basically I like to sit. It's kind of, I was able to take out the zombies that were not being really affected by the Ring of Fire or by the toxic growth yet, and also tried to help out my friend with the DIE who was sucking up all the zombies that were coming up the wall, and it was really effective. Now I really enjoyed using the PPSH. It absolutely demolished them with the Ring of Fire, and especially on insta kills since it has an insane fire rate. But I also used the ray gun a lot and gathered a frickload of kills and a frickload of points, which is amazing with the ray gun. So that's basically the strategy. You have to stay up there, and I know a lot of people already know about this in a way, but the toxic growth really does change everything up, and you will get an 100% round 100, even if it's only the 2 of you or 3 of you or 4 of you, depends on how many friends you play with, and you will be flying through the rounds. I flew through each round kind of higher up in about 2 minutes or even 1 minute and a few seconds, which was absolutely mind-blowing. We flew through dog rounds in less than a few minutes, and I know that's kind of normal on a normal base, but it's just really amazing that we finally got this round 100, and I wanted to share this with all of you. Now on Firebase Z, you do also have the location where I am right now, which is the weapon lab that you can only get unlocked after you complete Ether Reactor that is located in Data Center. But once you complete all the Ether Reactors, you'll be able to sit inside of this room. Make sure you do not open the door in the back, similar to the way on Nocturne Totem you do not open the back wall, because that will mess up all the spawns and your location where you can sit. Now the cool thing with toxic growth in here is you will be able to basically place it up similar to the exact same way it is in Nocturne Totem, basically to your left, where zombies will be coming through, mimics and manglers, and it'll all be slowed down. Now the other thing is, with this, there are a bunch of zombies that will be in here, so you will have to be on top of that toxic growth all the time, and make sure your friends also have Ring of Fire all the time. And another thing I need to recommend is, if you are planning to go for high rounds in Firebase Z, make sure you're spawning with either a rocket launcher, the ballistic knife, or the crossbow, or whatever else deals an extremely large amount on the Orda boss, because that will be one of the biggest things that you will be having to do every few rounds on Firebase Z to get around 100. And the ballistic knife with a combination of Ring of Fire or the crossbow or rocket launcher will absolutely demolish the Orda boss, so you don't even have to worry about everybody spawning in with one of these. So you will most likely have to sacrifice the PPSH for this one, or whatever other weapon you wanted to spawn in with. So definitely consider spawning in with the ballistic knife or the other ones that I mentioned. And also make sure to have the Reiki. Another great way of getting the Reiki really fast is completing the trials, which are really easily accessible in Firebase Z. And basically all you do is just sit in this strategy. You can use Cryo Freeze, or you can use Brain Rot, have all of your perks, and just be on top of your ammo, your armor, and on top of the toxic growths, which will definitely be very difficult to kind of concentrate on, but it should be a really easy round 100 and a really fast one, similar to the way it was on Maschine. Now I know that it was a lot of information to go over in this video, and I hope I mentioned everything. And on top of all of that, I know also people know about these strategies already, but it's just the fact that the combination of toxic growth with Ring of Fire, the PPSH, Reiki, or Ray Gun will make these strategies so much easier. And I can't believe that so many people are still kind of disagreeing that toxic growth is a great field upgrade, because in my opinion it's ridiculously overpowered. So if this video did help you in any kind of way, be sure to like the video again, as that does really help out the video itself and the channel in so many ways. And also be sure to subscribe. Maybe we'll hit 300 subscribers within a week, who knows. We're super close actually, we're like 20 or 30 off, I'm pretty sure. And also be sure to join our Discord server as always. Without further ado guys, I really do hope I helped. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.